Hi everybody, this is Dwayne with Lilley's Landing Resort Marina. It's about 6 o'clock in the p.m. on August the 4th. They've just shut it down from 2 units to 1 unit. And not only is today August the 4th, but it's Sunday. I'm going to try and do the one cast. Got a real slow flow going. And I'm going to use the pink power worm. And it's threaded onto a hook way up onto the line. I'm going to try and straighten it out just a little bit more. And I've just got a little weight, a little split shot on there. And I think that's 4-pound test. And we're just going to drag it on the bottom here. We're going to cast it upstream. Kind of get a little better positioned. And we're going to cast it out there and let it sink down on the bottom and just drag it. My reel handle is on the wrong side, so I'm going to change that over while it's sinking down. I had a guide trip this morning, not really a guide trip, just taking some friends fishing. And we threw jerk baits for about 2 hours up in the trophy area and only caught 2 fish doing that. Lost one real nice one. It was on for a while. But then we came down to Blowfall Creek and started fishing the pink power worm under a float and night crawlers, and really caught some nice fish up by Fall Creek. They were £1.25 to £1.5 range, and caught some nice ones on night crawlers about halfway between Fall Creek and Short Creek. Saw Bill Babbler out there this morning, and they were releasing, I'm going to guess it was about a 10-pound brown they had caught, I believe, on night crawlers in between Fall Creek and Short Creek there. It was a 27-inch brown, very, very beautiful fish. And this little worm is supposed to sink all the way down to the bottom and just kind of drag it along here. Drifting out in the middle. A lot of people like to fish power bait or night crawlers this way, but you can fish that power worm this way also. Kind of warm out here now. The sun's been out all day. It's kind of humid and muggy. And there is bottom. And it feels like it's going to break. It just broke, but I brought one extra just in case that happened. There are quite a few snags down through here. And that's just part of fishing. You're going to lose some gear every now and then. Don't let it upset you. So I've got another rod rigged up exactly the same way. And I'm going to back the boat off the bank just a little bit. Get out here more in the middle, maybe we'll get more out of them trees. All right, nothing officially on the one cast, but here's our next cast. Let that sink down. I talked to some guys that were fishing up in the trophy area with fly rods. They were using ruby midges and doing quite well today, and dragging some scuds anywhere they could find a little bit of moving water when that water was off this morning. Had a gentleman just come in a pontoon boat, his own personal pontoon boat. And he said he struggled this morning. Couldn't really get a lot of fish to bite, but once they turned the water on for him, from Fall Creek to Short Creek, dragging, I can't remember if he said he was dragging power bait or night crawlers, but he just brought in a mess of fish. They were really nice ones that he caught also. Kind of a relaxing way to fish. If I'm not careful, I could fall asleep doing this. Got one just rose over there. So they might be starting to come up in the water column, feed on midges. I just had a midge land on my arm. This handle's not on the proper side for me either, but I'm going to leave it. If I get a bite, you'll see me grabbing for a handle where it's not at. There's, oh, I just lost him. That was a fish though. Let's see if he'll come back for it. This is just a real nice, easy current right now as this water's dropping out. That might have been a bite too. That might have been a bite. These power worms are a good way to drag stuff on the bottom and just not quite as messy as worms if you don't like messing with those worms. You don't have to blow them up. They'll want to float all by themselves. But I do like threading them all the way up onto the hook and onto the string. I'm going to reel that in and check it, make sure they didn't pull that worm down or get covered in moss. And we'll cast it out one more time just for a minute or so. And I do got some moss on it. Pull that sinker up, it slid down just a little bit. It all cleaned up. I'll pull that worm or sinker up a little bit higher than that. And use my pliers to mash that a little harder on there. This is Phil's rod, and he loaned it to some friends. And looking at that sinker, it had teeth marks in it, not plier marks. I don't think you're supposed to do that. That one rise just right there in front of the boat. That sinker's dragging on the bottom now. We are just about down in front of unit 26. We'll float past that and call it a one cast. I think I was just hung on bottom. All right, everybody, that's the one cast for today. Another option for dragging things on the bottom, a pink power worm. I got it covered with moss, so it looks like about every 2 or 3 minutes you should bring that in and just make sure it's not covered in moss. Those fish won't bite it then. All right, just one miss today. At least I had a bite. Thank you all for watching, and we'll try it again tomorrow.